Una. Hjälpas med magnifying. Tu förråg. Galjut. God morgen and welcome, my friends. Talk so much for joining us this morning on a wonderful Freyja's Day. I hope this week has been very beneficial to you. I hope you have garnered some energy for yourself that you may heal and grow. Before we get too far into understanding Freyja's gift, I want to call out particularly those of you who are awakening, those of you who are beginning to understand the larger picture, the larger existence that we have in this physical lifetime, and beginning to recognize your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. I want to invite you to drop by newrealitytv.com. Check them out. They are wonderful in their collection of perspectives about our spiritual journey, with many different shows that are available through them. We can see a multitude of perspectives about our own spiritual journey, right? So check them out, newrealitytv.com. For those of you who are watching this show there, I also encourage you, leave a review, post your thoughts on that webpage, and they'll get to me and we can party, because we love to party. All right. So I also want to call out my wonderful gifted friends at Far North Tinctures, greatest collection of ready-made home remedies, herbal remedies that can cure almost anything that ails the physical form, almost anything. And my friends at Mountain Rose Herbs for a wonderful collection of herbs, spices for either culinary, magical purposes, herbal remedies, you name it, they've got an herb for it. So check them out as well. Wonderful, wonderful organization that supports our planet, that supports all of the growing operations throughout the world, and can definitely provide most of the different spices and herbs that you may need. If for some reason you need links to any of those, you can always check out my website at akulfhefnar.com. There you can get a multitude of informations about me, about my message, about all the different programs that we offer here, and all the links. And if that's not all, that's right, we also offer a daily rune readings that you can absorb from the webpage. So check those out, akulfhefnar.com. You won't be disappointed. Today we talk about Freyja. Now, Freyja, for those of you who may not know, next to Tyr in my little processing unit, next to Tyr, Freyja is by far the most important god or goddess that exists. She's the most powerful energy source, because she knew something that many of the other gods and most humans don't know. That's right. She knew universal energy management. Universal energy management means that she could absorb energy from the universe or from other entities, as is normally the case, and she could turn this energy to manifest that which she desired, i.e., she could use magic. Magic is simply the use of energy to manifest that which we desire. Okay, so for those of you who need to put that into modern terms, think about it this way. If you wanted thing, a material thing, you would go earn the money to buy that thing, right? That's energy management. You gave time, energy, and effort to go to work this thing, right? To get the money, and then you made the effort and bought the thing, whatever it is, right? So in the modern day terms, we're taking energies that we have, i.e. our physical labor in this case, that is then converted into that which we desire. Okay? Same thing for universal energies when we want to manifest bigger things. Another example would be, I want, in your case, someone wants a lover, a special person. They're going to go out and they're going to meet with people. They're going to be with people. They're going to hang out, have fun. That's their energy commitment. That's their energy, putting energy into this. Now, once the significant other is attracted, then it's a matter of putting in energy to build recognition and love and letting that all percolate to the top so that we may have these relationships that are super special, right? Now, remembering always that we have the aura to manage, and that's all part of this, all right? So we have to manage our aura, and we have to manage our behaviors in which to draw in that person who will then mix with our aura. All right. So all of those things aside, Freyja teaches us of manipulating this energy for our own purposes. Now, we can use this energy. For those of you who have been with the show for a while, you may remember when we spoke about magic, we spoke about the two forms of magic, really from certainly from my ancestral beliefs, where you had what was called seether magic. And seether magic, essentially, we would cast out an energy signature to the universe, and the universe would then add energy to bring whatever it was to fruition. Seether magic typically worked with the Landvadi and other spiritual entities to manifest this, whatever it was, into our lives, as dictated by the incanting of the spell or the prayer. So that's seether magic. And then we had spellcraft magic, where in spellcraft magic we would generate the energy ourselves and cast it to manifest things, right? So we didn't need exterior spiritual energy to connect to. So seether magic is technically, I always called it kind of redirecting resources, right? So you were drawing other people to navigate, or other spirits, I should say, to navigate and to manipulate available resources your direction, right? So a food cart would, in the case of our ancestry, or a vendor of food would deliver, a roll or a meal unexpectedly. We're redirecting the energies, the resources that are currently available, and we're redirecting it. Spellcraft magic means you could manifest the meal yourself. So it was very much, but these two magic sources really recognized the difference in using universal energies to benefit ourselves, or manifesting those things into our lives. So seether was more based around seeing and prophesizing, those types of activities. Why? Because we're drawing on other energy sources to give us knowledge, to give us wisdom. So prayer and seether was fairly close, right? Hope kind of drove Spakkraft, but Spakkraft drew the energy from within the magician themselves. It didn't rely on other spiritual entities as much as the actual magician themselves being able to push this energy out into the universe. So they understood the manifestation and the building of magic within the self. They understood that energy. Well, today I want to really celebrate Freyja in her lessons, in her instructions on moving this energy from the universe through us to where we need it, whether that energy be used to heal ourselves, whether it be our physical form or our mind, or even our spiritual mind sometimes. So that energy could be used intrinsically, or again, we could draw it in to use it to manifest extrinsically. Okay? So when energy comes into the body, when universal energy is addressing us, for those of you who may be familiar with Reiki, you understand that there's energy that comes typically in from the crown, not always, but from the crown. And that universal energy then traverses through the physical form, through what are called chakras. All right, and those chakras, different locations throughout the body. The third eye, we have the throat, we have the heart, we have the solar plexus, the root, the sacral. So all of these, and if you look at, imagine, if you will, you standing in the mirror, and at the top of your head, imagine this, put it in your third eye, and imagine your head being connected to a branch, right? So, and you, instead of being the human form that you are, you're a leaf, all right? So, again, put this in your mind. You're a leaf. And like a leaf, you have the center stem that goes from the tree limb all the way to your bottom, all right? That main stem that goes through you. And then throughout different sections of the body are these veins, right? And so those veins connect then to this center stem. At each one of those veins, where it connects to the stem, right? At each one of these points is what's referred to as a chakra. Okay, so you have a crown chakra, that's that first root. You have the third eye, right? Then you have the throat, and then you have the heart, solar plexus, root, and chakra, and sacral. All right, so all of these, and imagine where those things meet in the middle is a little wheel. It's a little spinning wheel. As long as the wheel is spinning, as energy comes down that center stem, it kind of distributes out through the vein and then also continues down the stem. But when in certain energy or certain efforts in our lives, we may find that different chakra become clogged. They can't spin for whatever reason. A lot of times it's caused by negative energies. A lot of times it's caused by uncertainty. It's caused by many people fear uncertainty. They fear what's out there that they don't know, the unknown, right? And sometimes that can lock up certain chakras. The heart is one of the primary chakras that we find negative energy has the greatest impact on, as far as that energy coming out that wheel, right, in the center. So, as we ponder today, Freyja's day. We're pondering the magic of the universe. We're pondering the management of this energy, right, into our own lives. We have to remember that for us to be alive, like the leaf, where we have water from the tree, from our branch, we have water, and we have sunshine coming in from all directions, right? Because we're out in the sun. Think of the energy of the universe coming into you in the same ways. So we have our center stem as one source of energy, and that's coming from, in what I've been taught, this is Yggdrasil, where we are connected to Yggdrasil. The energy of existence, the energy of life force, all of that is coming in through our stem. And then, like the sunshine on the leaf, comes spiritual energy of other leaves or other spiritual entities. And those can come in and kind of absorb into our self, where they can affect these different veins differently, right? So you see in some leaves where they look beautiful, except for right along the bottoms, or the furthest part away from where it's connected to the tree. Maybe they start getting a little brown, right? Because they're not drawing in enough energy. Well, we're identifying the issue here is that somewhere between our crown and our whatever chakra is closest, probably the sacral, or the root. Probably one of those two chakras is now locked and can't distribute energy to that area of the leaf. And so we find that section beginning to deteriorate. Well, because it's not getting energy, and our bodies, our physical forms, like the leaf, requires energy at all points. So that's really the explanation of how energy comes to us. Now, the benefit here is, like the leaf, what do? As a leaf, we produce oxygen from CO2. So we take in the CO2, gases of the air, and we produce oxygen. So we're taking in spiritual energies, and we're producing a different form of spiritual energy. And we do this naturally. This is it's just how we function, right? So there's nothing really groundbreaking here, right? This is not. The more you know about this whole process, and the more you can use it to your benefit, the more enlightened you are, right? So when we understand that we're connected to the stem, to the branch, each of these veins then produce an outcropping of energy distribution through our bodies. And this distribution is kind of driven by these chakras. All right, we understand now how we garner energy, how we distribute energy, and most importantly, how we can use this process not only for extrinsic things, i.e. manifesting that in our lives, but internal things as well. So healing ourself, our physical body, and our mind. Now, a lot of people say, well, time does that. No, this energy process does it, but now we're focused on not using our energy for other things. We're laying in bed with our bowl of soup, healing. This process is happening, but we're not distributing energy to worrying about our adult children making good financial decisions, right? We're not worried about that. We're not thinking about that at all. We're thinking about getting better. what we're thinking is that we don't like being sick most often, and that translates in the mind to healing that which has come to affect us. Depending on the negativity amount of negative energy associated with this infection, we'll call it, is how well we can do in healing ourselves. Because remember, we're just taking in energy, but what we're distributing it to all the time is completely up to us. All right? So think about the last time you were sick and you didn't feel very well at all. And so we laid in bed and we ate our chicken noodle soup. We slept a lot. We did the thing, right? We did the sickness thing. What are you thinking about while you're sick? Well, you're thinking about feeling better. So in much the same way, we can heal ourselves. So the exercise for this week that I'd like you to try, and you can do it all weekend, no one's going to judge you, is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to assume a meditative state. Now, meditative state, what is that? Well, we have to understand what meditative state is. A meditative state, when we're talking about energy management, is simply the limitations that we're going to put on ourselves of no more energy. Just, whoa. We need to understand what we have, right? So we're blocking all other energies from coming in. This could mean your physical sensory input. We're going to put our little mask on over our eyes. Maybe we'll put in noise canceling earphones into our ears. Maybe put a clothespin on our nostrils. Whatever it takes, right? Some of the greatest meditations I've ever had, in my opinion, is when I can visit a lake and just lay in just enough water to where I'm floating, right? And even if I fall asleep, I won't, my face won't dip under the water, right? So I've got my face up, and so I'm breathing in this air, but yet my body is weightless, right? These are the greatest ones because I'm limiting many of my sensory input. Closing my eyes, my ears are beneath the water surface. So really all I have is nose, my smell, my taste of my mouth. And my body, of course, is surrounded by this water, which is gently massaging, right? So my sensory input is very minimized, right? And so that's what we're trying to do in meditation, is we're trying to prevent new energies. We're going to clear our mind. That way our thoughts and our memories are not creating energy in themselves. We're simply in kind of stasis, right? We're just paused, right? And that way we can begin to get our mind around what energies we have and what we need to do. Now, when you in your meditative state, you don't have to go find a mountain lake, by the way. You can do this on your couch. You can do this in a chair. You can do this anywhere. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss joke, doesn't it? Anyway, you can do it anywhere, all right? So we're going to close our eyes. If we've got a mask and certainly hearing protection and the like, as much as we can shut off, we're going to shut off. And then what I want you to do is, whenever I talk about putting something in your third eye, putting an image in your third eye, what I'm talking about is picture in your mind that which I've said to put in your third eye. So in today's exercise, or this weekend's exercise, I want you to put you in your third eye, the entirety of your form. So if you've not seen yourself, in your entirety. Go check a mirror. Put that image in your mind. That way, when you're meditating, you know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking at. And I want you to put yourself in there. And I really want you to focus on you. And it doesn't matter if, we haven't pushed away from the dinner table fast enough, or we haven't done enough exercise, or we're, pushing 60. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're perfect the way you are. You have a few extra pounds. You're too tall. You're too short. There is none of that. Right? You cannot be too tall. You cannot be too short. You cannot be too fat. You cannot be too thin. You are perfect the way you are. All right? There is no ugly. All right? Take all of those words out of your vernacular, or out of your vocabulary, and think of yourself as a wonderful creation. All right? Put yourself in your third eye. And I want you to think, and we'll spend, say 5 minutes. Say 5 minutes today thinking of just you. Nothing else. Not how well you do at work, not how well you do as a significant partner, not how well you do as a parent, not how well you do as a child. None of that matters. All I want you to do is close your eyes, relax, and put you right here. All right? And I want you to do that, like I say, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your day. You don't even have to sit down. You're standing waiting for your coffee, waiting for the automatic coffee machine to do its thing. Take a moment. Put you right there. And do that several times over the weekend. Chances are, by the time we get to Monday, you'll feel a little better. You'll have a little bit more, and depending how well you focus, is how much more you'll have, right? Because when we do these kinds of things, we're taking stock of what we have. We're filling out all the knowledge that we need about the energy that we have inside of us, naturally. Always picture yourself, as I do, as a leaf connected to a tree, receiving energy from the tree, receiving energy from the sun and the wind and the rain, and all of these things bring to us this spiritual energy from the universe. Think of yourself as a leaf, and you will see mentally how things begin to change for you. All right? My friends, I wish you the very best, the very best Freyja's Day, and really embrace what Freyja has taught us, and bring to your benefit that energy of the universe that can help you to manifest that which you want in your life. I wish you the very best Freyja's Day and weekend, and I look forward with great anticipation of seeing you all again on Mani's Day. All right? I love all of you. Be well. Love and light, my friends.